for dealing with our debts. Now that starts with getting the national debt falling as a proportion of national income as soon as possible in the next Parliament. This is essential if we're to prevent debt interest payments squeezing out spending on public services and simply mounting up. And we will also have a surplus on the current budget so that revenues more than cover day-to-day spending, again as soon as possible in the next Parliament. Our second principle is that a successful deficit reduction strategy depends upon transforming our economy. That's why it must be a principle of deficit reduction, that we have a different economic strategy, building a higher wage, higher skill economy, not the low wage, low skill economy that we have. So for example, putting our young people back to work will improve tax revenues and cut the social security bill. Raising the minimum wage will do the same. So will dealing with the scandal of 0 hours contracts and ensuring more people have regular hours. And reforming the banks, transforming vocational education, a revolution in apprenticeships, helping nurture the businesses of tomorrow, all of them are part of building the economy we need to both deliver for working people and to pay down the deficit. Our third principle is that Britain needs common sense spending reductions, not slash and burn. And we've already set out ways in which we can save money. An end to the winter fuel allowance for the wealthiest pensioners, capping child benefit rises at 1% a year in 2016-17 as part of meeting a welfare cap, abolishing police commissioner elections, merging police procurement services to save money, selling off unwanted government assets. And our zero-based review of every pound spent by government will be coming forward with reports for savings across Whitehall and the public sector between now and the election. We've said previously we'll raise extra resources for our NHS and protect our commitments to international development. And our manifesto will also spell out a very limited number of other areas which will have spending protected. Outside those areas and departments, we've already said that for the first year of the next government, most departmental budgets will fall. But it won't just be for the first year. Outside protected areas for other departments, there will be cuts in spending. And we should plan on it being for every year until the current budget is in balance. Our fourth principle is that we should ensure that those with the broadest shoulders bear the greatest burden, so that we can meet our mission of a country that truly works for working people. So we will levy a mansion tax on the most expensive homes over £2 million and clamp down on tax avoidance to help fund the NHS. We'll have a tax on bankers' bonuses to help fund a programme to put our young people back to work. We'll close boardroom tax loopholes to abolish the bedroom tax. We won't go ahead with a further cut in corporation tax, so we can instead cut business rates for small firms. And we'll reverse the millionaire's tax cut and ensure that those with incomes over £150,000 pay the 50p tax rate to contribute to deficit reduction. And we'll also need to do a lot more to tackle one of the biggest scandals in our country, tax avoidance by some multinational firms. Our fifth principle is that this party will only make new commitments that are credible, costed and funded, not unfunded promises. It's why we will only make commitments in our manifesto that are properly funded, not commitments that depend on extra borrowing. It's why we've explained how we will pay for every policy that we've put forward, costed, credible and funded.
Internationally is our Internet Watch Foundation is now no longer just receiving images from people who are concerned. They're actually going out and looking for them. And because we have the cooperation of the technology companies and the internet companies, we're now physically taking those pictures down. And what I said in my speech about these unique digital fingerprints of each photograph and each video, it means that once you take it down, it goes from everywhere rather than having to take down every image individually. So again, it comes to this thing of politicians, regulators, internet companies working together to deliver the greatest possible impact for our children. What we've done, like many families, is try to apply these new filters that are available, which, you know, they are working. The last time we had one of these conferences, we were addressing this whole issue of how to have controls that are automatically switched on that you have to disable. That is now happening, and so that is making a big difference. But in the end, there is no substitute. You know, the government must play its part. We've got to help parents do what they want to do. But at the end of the day, parents